It's that one. All right, we are live.
Did that work?
Yes, I think that worked. All right. We're a little late, but that's okay.
We were busy.
We were busy getting ready, preparing.
And yeah, we're gonna start the podcast in just a second because
It's time.
It's time. So yeah, we had a lot to prepare for. So let's go ahead and
You want to just start?
let's just get into it.
Okay. I wasn't ready.
She wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready.
Come with me, we're going on a fantastic cruise. Pick your destination with news, tips, and reviews. But here is an item you might not have thought of. All of the things under the water. Nature surrounds us with elegant features. You can't go on a cruise and not see the creatures. So let's make some magic, let's get ecstatic. Instantly classic, maybe romantic. The wildlife around you, cinematic on your fantastic cruise.
Bon Beanie, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Fintastic Cruising. I am Matt.
And I am Kimbra.
And we hope everybody's having a great time out there as I try and solve technical problems on the fly for this, our 175th podcast episode.
I think you've moved over.
Have I moved over?
Yeah, come closer to me. Thanks.
Come closer to me. Look into my eyes. Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I don't know what's wrong with I have no internet apparently, but hopefully you guys can look. If you can hear us, see us,
smell us,
taste us. No, not just hear and see us. Let us know in the chat so that we know that you're good, because apparently we're having some issues on my end. Let me look at my phone and see if that's working. But welcome to this podcast. We just got back from the Carnival Mardi Gras, and boy, are our arms tired. No, that's if you flew in. I just flew in on the Carnival Mardi Gras bar. No, you don't get no.
I don't get it.
Okay, like I just flew in, and boy, are my arms tired.
Yeah, but we didn't fly anywhere.
I know it was a poor attempt at a joke, but okay. Let me see here.
We're good.
Okay,
everyone can hear.
Oh,
and
good.
See us.
Perfect.
So,
thank you guys. Okay, so yeah, we have a ton to talk about today. We're going to talk about our cruise, but before we get into that, we just want to remind everybody to please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go over and sign up for our Facebook group, Fintastic Cruising Community, over on Facebook. We do have a Teespring link in the notes of anything we do. If you're interested in some merch, we do have a Patreon. If you're interested in that, you get postcards and art depending on the level that you join at. And also, if you're looking to join on one of these fun vacations, go on one yourself, go on our group cruise that we have scheduled for 17 years out in the future.
A year and a half. Let's
year
promote that.
A year and a half.
Let's do this.
Then you can contact us at
fintastictravel@gmail.com,
where you will most likely speak to the lovely Kimbra, and she can set you up for some fun travel.
Yes, this will be an awesome cruise.
Speaking of awesome cruises, wow. Okay, look, we're gonna go over this cruise and everything from cruising during a pandemic to cruising on the Mardi Gras, and we got a lot to cover. But first of all, I want to just say, anybody who's cruising right now, there's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, there were so many obstacles. We had to get off work because it was a last minute cruise for us. That was an obstacle. We had to worry about the pandemic because that's like happening right now. But then it's been getting worse, and so Carnival upped all their stuff, and we had to find a place to get tested last minute. Then we were nervous. What if the results come back positive? I mean, we felt fine, but you just worry about these things. And then there's like, hear about people getting their test canceled, and we didn't have to worry about flights. Some people had to worry about flights. And then there's hurricanes coming at us. There's like 15 hurricanes coming at us. Okay, 2, almost 3.
Yeah, but the other one went somewhere else.
That's true. And then there's like an earthquake in Haiti.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was all good. We had beautiful weather, amazing weather, no hurricanes, no ramifications from the earthquake. I haven't even heard anything else about it. I don't even know. Maybe it was like old news. I don't know. The test went fine. We were negative. It was all good.
Yeah.
It was all good. So, yeah, but it was a lot. It was a lot. So I know some people are like, we wish we could even have the opportunity to cruise right now. I get that. And other people are getting ready to cruise and they're nervous about it. I get that. And some people are like, we're going to cruise, but we have some questions. Look, we can maybe answer some of those questions for you because we did it. We cruised during this pandemic. We weren't the first. And, I hope we won't be the last. In fact, I hope it won't be our last because it was a lot of fun.
We've got more to come.
Much more to come. So look, this is what we want to start off with. We're just going to talk a little bit about what it's like to cruise right now. What is it like to cruise during COVID-19? Now, I'm going to try really hard today to not do all the talking because I do that. So I'm going to try and let Kimbra talk. And if I hear a gap, I'm going to try not to jump in with words and sounds and stuff. So what do you think? You want to kick us off with this COVID cruising during COVID thing?
Sure. So cruising during COVID, there's a lot more that goes into it than just jumping on a cruise. Right now, when we started this cruise, Carnival's requiring vaccinations for 95% of their guests. So you have to be vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, you have to go through this exemption process. While we were on the cruise, the Bahamas has actually put into place that anyone 12 or older is required to be vaccinated to get off on their islands and stuff. So that didn't play a role into our specific cruise, but that's something going forward right now. So we had to be vaccinated. And then they threw out there, a week before, you have to have a negative COVID-19 test 3 days or 72 hours before you get on the ship. Well, then that caused a lot of confusion because we're in all of these Facebook groups and they're like, 72 hours. Does that mean Wednesday? Does that mean Thursday? Does that mean Saturday? What day does that mean? So then there's like, oh no, we have to get this test. What are we going to do? What day can we do it? So we went with the safe bet and went with Thursday because that was a good solid.
Wednesday would have been fine though.
Yes, we later found out that Wednesday would have been fine for a Saturday leaving cruise. But we were like, we don't want to get it Wednesday, and then it's not fine for Wednesday, so we went with Thursday. But everything was fine. Let's see, and then we had to bring all of those documents with us, so we had to make sure to bring those vaccination cards, and we had to bring that negative test result with us. We forgot it. We couldn't get on the cruise. There was a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm organized, so we did fine. They put out a mask requirement right before as well. So masks were required to wear during embarkation and debarkation and certain areas of the cruise ship itself, like certain theaters when it was crowded, elevators, going into dining areas before you sit down to eat. And then they recommended it in all other indoor areas. We actually wore a mask basically anytime we were not sitting down to eat or drink. Or if we were outside, we didn't wear it as well.
Right.
Let's see. Nassau itself was requiring vaccinations for certain things. We did a tour somewhere and they said, if you go up to this area, you can't stand at the bar unless you've got a vaccination card.
Yeah, but then they didn't actually ask us for one.
Well, they told us to go sit down, so it didn't really matter. And then Puerto Rico wasn't letting anybody off that wasn't vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
This cruise was sailing at 70%, which I think is higher than some of the other cruise lines are doing.
I think it's higher than most of the other cruise lines.
Yeah.
But we heard when we got on the ship, one of the bartenders told us 4,200 were sailing on it. But then I saw a post in a Facebook group that claims that it was at 3,800 according to guest services. So that's a lot of chain of information there. But it's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if that was accurate. Somewhere between 3,800 and 4,200 people were on the ship.
Yeah.
So it was,
But it's a big ship.
yeah, it definitely felt like it was not a full cruise. There were times when people were congregated more, but on the whole, it felt very sparse and not empty.
It was very
but sparse.
easy to get away from people if you wanted to do that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Was not a problem.
Yeah. So some of the things that the ship had different because of COVID, let's see, what was it? We are both gold. I turned gold this cruise. Yay! We are both gold, and you get like a special pen, and you're supposed to get water in your room, and you get if you're higher levels, you get like other things in your room. You don't get any of those things in your room. You have to go get them. So they don't put that stuff in your room.
Yeah. And somebody's asking, did we have to wear a mask? So the mask policy was basically if you were in areas where people were congregated, like shows going into the MDR, stuff like that, you had to wear a mask.
I said that.
I know. I don't know if that comment came in before.
It was before I said it.
Perfect. I was messing around with technical issues here.
Yeah, but we're good.
But they didn't really enforce it, which was kind of not a great thing, but it was okay because most people complied where they were supposed to. And
there were a couple places that we went into, a couple of the shows that we did that they were like, this is a mask required area. Unless you are eating or drinking, you must have your mask on. Now, during the show, they didn't say anything throughout the rest of it. Right. So whether people did what they were supposed to or not, who knows? But
people who were sitting around us did.
Yeah.
So
there were actually quite a few people that wore their masks most of the time. There were some that didn't, but those were recommended areas, not required areas.
Yeah, the only time
the elevator.
Yeah, the elevator could be a little iffy because you get on the elevator, you're like, okay, there's only 2 other people on this elevator, and then like 5 teenagers come on without, or 10-year-olds come on without masks, and you're like, get away from me, you disease-carrying mongrels. But but all was well. All was well. So I guess, is that everything on that?
It's not.
Okay.
It's not.
Go ahead. Keep going.
You want me to keep going?
Keep going.
So the other thing is they didn't have any paper menus at any of the restaurants or bars. They had the little QR codes that you could scan everywhere you were going for the menus and the bar list and the wine list and everything. So everything was on the Carnival app or scanned from your phone. You
could ask for them in certain scenarios, I think. Like definitely the fun times you could ask for. But
yes.
But as far as menus go, some of the places said they could get you one if you really wanted one.
Yes.
I don't know about the bars, but like the restaurants.
Well, they did have, like the Alchemy Bar, they had one that you could see. So they did have them available if you needed them. But it wasn't, I'm apparently hitting things.
This is the percussion segment of the podcast.
So real quick, we did have a question. It says, saw videos that showed people serving themselves. We are talking about food later, but since this is a COVID-specific section, yes, you could serve yourself at the buffet.
With one exception.
Bacon.
And that is not COVID related. Well, I don't know if the bacon shortage is COVID related, but that was why, because there's apparently a bacon shortage going around. And so
I mean, there were a couple other things. Like we did the breakfast buffet in somewhere, and they served the eggs Benedict.
Yeah, that's true.
You didn't say it. The eggs Benedict.
Oh, the eggs Benedict Cumberbatch.
There we go. They serve that, but for the most part, it's serve yourself.
Yeah, and I think really in the past, I feel like they served you the eggs Benedict Cumberbatch too. So there's some things that they are serving you that they did before, and some things like the bacon, but it wasn't because of COVID. It was because of quantities and that stuff. So, it was fine. We didn't, honestly, we barely even saw the buffet because there's no need on the Carnival Mardi Gras, the Mardi Gras of Carnival. It's like if it's the Republica Dominica, maybe we should start saying instead of, I know it's not Carnival Mardi Gras,
Mardi Gras Carnival.
Mardi Gras Carnival.
Yes. And then just a couple more things on this list. The muster station or muster drill was different. Awesome.
It's very quick,
Yes.
very painless.
I hope it becomes like a permanent thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically, you go check in at your muster station, you walk into a room, they show you how to put on a life jacket, and you walk away.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Right.
It was like 3 minutes, and 2 of those minutes we were standing there waiting for other people to walk up.
Yeah, because they were like just coming down the hallway really slowly.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was like John Cleese in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where he just keeps running at the castle and not getting anywhere. Anyway, what else? There's 2 more things I think on here, right? A few more things.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
So they only clean your room once per day. They ask you if you want morning or evening.
Which they were doing that before, but they also were like, or you can choose both. They didn't make it sound like you had that option to choose both, which is fine. I'm like, you people work really hard. I don't need my room cleaned twice a day. Please take the time you would have taken to clean my room twice and have some free time.
Yes. And then we did the mixology class, which we'll tell you all about that stuff later. But there were certain things that they said, oh, we used to do this, but because of COVID, we can't do that right now. So there were some interactiveness things that were limited in that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And most of the crew had that N95 mask.
Yeah, a lot of them.
There were some areas where the crew weren't wearing masks, like behind Big Chicken and Guy's Burger.
Blue Iguana.
So I don't know if it's because it was just hot back there, but
they had like
there's
like the
glass and stuff in
front of it. So maybe that has something to do with
whatever. I could be rough in those situations probably with the mask on. So, but I didn't feel like they were not in my face like the 9-year-olds on the elevator occasionally.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was all good. It was all good. So we made a list of negatives of cruising during COVID and positives. Those are not words we should use when we're talking about COVID.
No, let's talk about pluses and minuses.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the minuses first. So look, I am not one that's that particular. I don't care about wearing masks. I've done it at work for like the last decade now, it seems like, and I've gotten used to it. It doesn't really bother me, but when you're outside in the heat, it does. There are times you're like, I don't really like wearing this. It was a little unfortunate. Not, if you were like Matt, you either have to wear pants or a mask. I would wear a mask every time. That's all I'm saying. But when you went to ports and you were hot and sweaty, it get kind of gross. Like you probably want disposable masks, which is not the most environmentally friendly thing, but you can breathe through those easier. And you're going to want either a bunch of non-disposable masks that you can change out, or you're going to want disposable masks that you can change because they will get hot and sweaty and kind of gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of nasty. And there's the stress of the test. I know our friends Charlie and Bev are going through this right now because they're like cruising this next weekend and they're like worried about their test getting canceled. In Florida, it wasn't as much of an issue with test getting canceled, but I know a lot of people have had that issue. And just the, like we were like, we're fine. We know we're fine. We're being careful, but still, what if it's a false positive? What if I'm just asymptomatic and don't know it? It's like the cruise is on the line and you got to wait till that 2 or 3 days before.
Yeah.
There was some stress there, but it was all good.
You have a new nickname.
I do?
No Pants Matt.
I'll wait till we tell you a secret about one of the vlogs. Anyway, and then there is the added stress of possibly getting sick. Like I was feeling pretty confident and comfortable. And then right before we got on board, we found out that one of our friends got sick on the Mardi Gras that was getting off that day. And so,
that added a little bit of
I was like,
nervousness.
Maybe we could get sick on this trip. And I wasn't worried about it because I'm vaccinated. I feel like I'm healthy enough, probably going to be okay, but I didn't want it to ruin my cruise. I didn't want to put other people at risk, that kind of stuff. But it was okay, and the weird thing is like, we both have the kind of subtle allergy thing. So like my chest is kind of like, for the last 3 months. And
I wake up every morning sneezing.
Right. But of course, right before the cruise, I'm like, oh no. But it was fine. And then on the cruise, that went away.
Yes.
We got back yesterday. Guess what's back?
I woke up this morning and said, the allergies are back.
Yep. So, but it's allergies, but your mind goes places and buys expensive meals and stuff, and you don't know what happened. But And speaking of meals, the restaurant menus with the QR code, I would rather have a physical menu. Not a big deal. I get it. I'm not like complaining about that at all.
There's something
But,
about having that
yeah,
menu in your hand.
It
Like,
does. It does add to the experience.
like
It feels a little
fine
weird.
to look at it on your phone like earlier so you can get an idea.
Yes.
But when you're
Yes,
actually in the
that's
restaurant,
handy.
there's something about having that and pointing to what you want.
Especially if you can't pronounce it,
Yes.
which sometimes you can't.
Right.
Well, we can't. But yeah, so that, but it was fine. It's whatever. That's not like, I'm not going to complain about that. One, I understand why they're doing it. And two, it's not that big of a deal, right? And then, yeah, also the physical fun times. I don't really miss it that much, but she was talking about how it helps her to remember what we did, especially when we're going through the vlog and things. And but I think you can get one of those if you really want one. I think
we didn't try to
which
do.
we didn't even try because that's how big of a deal it was. We didn't even try.
Yeah.
So it's fine. And then there's the thing about people not wearing their masks or not wearing them properly, and it's like they're in your space, they're in your face, and you're like they're on the elevator with you, and like when we were getting on the ship, right? So we just found out that our friend got sick, and then we're in line waiting to go into the port building, and one of the guys working there is like got his mask pulled down under his chin, and he keeps coming up. And this is one of these guys that under normal circumstances I would have been delighted to talk to this man. He was very friendly, very kind, but he was like this, talking to us. And I'm like, dude, I'm getting ready to go on a cruise. If you make me sick, I will find you and I will hurt you.
At one point, he's like, I'm not bothering you, am I? And I'm like, well, I mean, I can't tell you yes.
No.
So
yeah, right. So that was a little awkward, but it was fine. As the cruise went on, those stresses, which were minor once we were on the ship.
Yeah.
I think the first day I was a little concerned. They just dissipated as the cruise went on. I felt more comfortable. We were careful. We're careful people when it comes to that stuff. So, we wore our masks. We tried to socially distance when we could. There were a few times we were in situations where I was like, this might not have been the best choice,
but they were minimal.
They were minimal.
Yeah.
And we felt like because everybody got tested right before the cruise, at first we were like, this sucks. But then after we did it, we're like, this makes us feel more comfortable and better. And because it was mostly vaccinated people, like we felt pretty safe. Like I've been in situations on land where I felt way less safe than on that cruise. That is for sure. So, whatever, what are you going to do? But there were positives too. There have been positives to come out of this stupid pandemic. One of them, the muster drill.
Yes.
Oh my God. It's
amazing.
almost worth it, not counting, human suffering and stuff, but it's almost worth it. The inconvenience of the pandemic's almost worth it just to get rid of that stupid muster drill, because the muster drill now is so different. It's so easy. It's so fast. And wow. It was fantastic. I like the drink menus with the QR, because that's a different experience. I don't like having to wait for that to share that. There's like always like one menu between like 5 people. You got to wait for it. And then I'm looking at it and somebody's looking at me like, I want to look at that too. And I'm like, I'm very indecisive when it comes to drinks because I don't know what any of these are. So now you can just take your time, you can walk down the way and look at it. That was kind of nice.
Yes.
And there were less people. It was, I guess, 70-ish% capacity. That was wonderful.
Yeah.
I love that. Like, I know we're going on Royal Caribbean, supposed to be sailing at like 30-something% or something like that.
Which is going to feel like an empty ship.
Which is, I don't know. I think mostly I'll like that. There may be times when I don't like that.
Well,
I don't know.
My concern with that is I think of our Brilliance cruise, and it seemed very empty, and it didn't feel like a normal cruise to me.
Yeah.
So I'm slightly concerned about like the 35%, because if there's like nobody on the ship, I'm going to be like,
yeah, but I think that was partly the ship and stuff too. I think because we're going on the Freedom of the Seas, it's a much newer, bigger ship. I think like if Mardi Gras would have been almost empty, I think we would have been like, okay with that. Yeah. I feel like that would have been all right. So our final thoughts.
Sorry, real quick.
Sure.
Brian's just joining, wants to know what our favorite bar is. just wait.
Yeah, we're
We're
gonna get
not
to that.
there. Yeah, we're probably going to be more than an hour.
This is gonna be
a long
we'll see.
podcast.
We'll
We've
see.
got a lot to talk about. But we'll get there, I promise.
So our final thoughts, the stress, especially in the very beginning, it was real. There was some extra stress on this cruise for sure. Also the anticipation, because it had been 530 some odd days since we had cruised. But in reality, all these COVID restrictions, all this stuff, and at the end of the day, they had very little impact on our cruise. It felt like a cruise. And having to wear a mask and having to have these little concerns here and there, in the end, it really
didn't change
no
much.
big deal. No big deal. For us, not a problem. So if you are on the fence about cruising because you don't want to deal with all the restrictions, I'm telling you, unless you just feel like the alien thing is on your face or something, you're going to be fine. It's going to be okay. You're going to not even think about it. It's going to be a minor inconvenience, well worth it to go on that cruise.
Yep.
And if you're going to do other things, it's the same thing. It's fine. It's better. So yeah. So that's our thoughts on cruising during COVID. If you guys have questions in the chat here, shoot them. We'll try and see those and answer those. Hello to everybody, by the way, that is watching.
Yes.
In the chat, I see
we jumped
David,
on
Brandy,
late, so we
DNG.
didn't say hi to a lot of
Josh
people.
and Michelle, all kinds of people in there. Tyler Show, Cruise Talk. I probably missed some people.
Josh and Michelle.
Yep, I said that.
Did you? Okay. Meg,
hello, Meg. So
Chris, Dan.
Hey, Dan.
Kenneth, Oaks, Alfred, your mom.
My mom. Hello, Mom. So
I think I hit anybody I missed. I'm sorry.
If we did, we apologize. Let's get into this ship though.
So let's talk about the Mardi Gras.
Yeah, because it is quite a ship. It is quite a ship. So first of all, we've broken it down into a few categories. We've got miscellaneous stuff that we want to tell you about the Mardi Gras. You want to go ahead, because I will just keep talking.
Miscellaneous stuff. So you want to talk about embarkation and debarkation first?
Yeah. What was embarkation and debarkation like?
So embarkation was quick and easy. You walked in, they checked all your papers, they took a picture of your face, and they said, go.
Yeah. It was fast.
That was it.
It was fast. It took a while for us because we got there like way early.
2 hours early.
But that was okay because we just enjoyed being at the cruise port and stuff was enough.
Yeah.
For us, I guess you could say, hey, Mike, Lovey's Fat Lives here. Hello. Yeah. So it was really easy, really fast. But you know what was even easier and faster?
Debarkation.
Oh my gosh. Easiest, quickest debarkation I've ever done. Hands down.
We wheeled our luggage off, so we didn't have that portion where you have to go get your luggage. We wheeled our luggage off. We walked up. There were 2 lines. They said, if you have passports this way, if you have ID and birth certificate this way, we have passports. So we went this way. We walked up to the iPad thing that takes a picture. It says, you're good to go. You leave.
It did not like my face though. So I had to go and have an officer actually say, yep, you are who you say you are. And that was so fast that from the time that they pulled me over, talked to him, got approval, she was just getting through the face scan thing. That's how quick it was.
Done.
So easy. So easy. It was amazing. It was really good. In fact, our friend Adam, who was on the ship with us, we hung out with him a lot. You'll see him in the vlogs and stuff quite a bit. And we actually texted him. We're like, hey, are you up at breakfast yet? It was like 7 a.m. He's like, I'm in the car driving home. We're like, what? So yeah, we actually could have gotten off the ship probably. Well, actually we timed it perfectly for the way, because we carried our own bags off. And so they were doing it by muster station. And we literally wheeled our bags up to the place. And they were like, hey, you've got to wait for your muster station. Because I think it was British. And he was like, which muster station are you? And the lady on the PA or whoever it was on the
I'm
PA,
pretty sure it was Chris.
Chris was like, all right, we're calling on F7 now. And we were like, that's us. That's us. Bingo. So we were just off the ship.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
It's so easy.
It's a beautiful thing. So, but let's go back and getting on the ship. First of all, I didn't cry when I crossed the threshold. I thought I was going to, but I think I was so excited.
It was a very.
I was in shock.
It was weird. It was like I knew
Surreal.
I was so excited building up to it, and then once I was actually walking onto it, I was like, no, this isn't real.
Right. It was crazy.
And then we were on there.
I didn't believe it was happening until we were on the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. And you walk on, and the first thing you notice, it's got that new cruise ship smell. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
New cruise ship smell, because it's a very new cruise ship, even though, it should have been newer like a year or something ago, but very cool. So what are some other things we notice about this cruise ship, this Mardi Gras?
Well, you want to start with the elevators?
Yeah,
We've already talked about them a little bit.
Yeah.
But the elevators were really small. There were a lot of them. I think there were 8 at each elevator section, but they were small.
They were tiny.
Most of the time, people like to crowd like 8 people in there, 7 or 8 people.
They hold 17, apparently, I think is what the sign said. I don't know how.
I would say 5 to 6 was comfortable.
Yes, barely.
Under
normal times.
Us.
Yeah, under normal times. But yeah, so they were small, but they were fast.
They were fast. They moved unless you stopped on every single floor. Those people that push the button to go up or down one floor.
Which we did a couple times, to be fair.
And I'm talking totally capable people, not people that need the elevator. That's different.
Which we did a couple times.
Yes, but there weren't other people on that elevator.
That's true.
We only did it when it was just us.
That's true. Yeah, they were quick. And if you hit more than 3 buttons, it just cancels them out.
So you can't get on there and go.
Yeah. Sorry, prankster child. You can't do that. It doesn't work. Neener. Anyway, we got, but you used it mostly. We kind of traded it back and forth a little bit. The social media package with the internet. Adam had the full kit and caboodle with the internet package, I think.
Yeah.
And it was decent. It wasn't the fastest internet I've ever seen it see, but
it did what we needed it to do.
And I don't know how Adam's was. We didn't get a lot of input from him, but it seemed like it was working pretty well for him. I know people have. We were going to do live streams. We just didn't. But I know other people have. Like if Brian's still on here, and they seem to work really well. So it's capable internet. Now they got a lot of automatic doors on this ship. A lot of automatic doors, and they got these weird buttons. And if you push the button, they're supposed to open. Now they're also supposed to open when you walk near them, but the thing about these doors is that they're very inconsistent, extraordinarily inconsistent. Sometimes you can walk right up to one and it doesn't open at all. Other times you can get 6 feet away and it'll open right up. Sometimes you press the button and it opens right up. Other times you press the button repeatedly and nothing happens. And then when you turn around to try and figure out what you're going to do, it opens up. So I don't know if these were made by the Sirius Cybernetics Corporation, but they were annoying, and they tried to kill Kimbra
multiple times.
Yes.
Like as I'm walking through it, it started like shutting on me and like pushing. I'm like, door.
Yeah.
I am here.
It was weird. Carnival needs to sort that out because those doors there was something wrong with those doors. And it didn't matter. It wasn't like, a bunch of people just went through. It didn't matter. It could have been a lot of people. It could have been nobody was around for a while. They were just inconsistent. They were consistently inconsistent.
Yes.
So yeah. And then there were the public bathrooms,
which also had automatic door things.
Which opened very well, but they didn't close so well. And they were small. So like I went to use the restroom, shall we say. And when I came back out, Kimbra said that the door was open the whole time. Unfortunately, I was not facing the door, but yeah. So be aware of that. It's nice that the doors open automatically in a public bathroom. That's a good thing. But
I also heard from a couple people, I went to the public restroom once because I couldn't find very many of them, but
they were there.
They were just kind of hard to find, I think. Anyways, in the women's restroom, there were like 2 or 3 like regular walk-in, block the thing, but the one restroom had a hand wavy thing. And I guess if you didn't go in there and hand wavy it back the right way, then anybody could just walk in and hand wavy and then like walk in on you while you're using the restroom. So all of these automatic door things.
They need some of the bits figured out. They got to be
Yeah.
sorted a little bit still, but it's not as bad. We have one at work that usually if you're going out of the building, you just open it. And so a lot of times I'm in a rush and I hit it really fast and hard. But sometimes if somebody just came through the other way, it does this weird lock thing. And I have like face planted into this door on more than one occasion.
Thought I broke my nose once.
Yeah. So at least the inconsistency makes you leery and you're like, I don't know what you're going to do, door, but I'm prepared to do whatever you do. We're live playing a game. We're going to see what happens. So just be aware of that. But then there's Pixels, which is really cool because it's all digital. So that's very, that wins us over for environmental stuff because they're not wasting all that ink, all that paper.
iPads everywhere.
Cost effective
the big
for them.
columns of screens that you can walk up and touch, which is awesome. But you can also get all of your photos on the app. So you don't
Nobody ever
need
uses
any of that stuff.
Yes.
It's not necessary anymore.
That was like a technology that was really cool. And then it just its usefulness got passed by. Still glad that they do that way. And it's nice because you can see it on a bigger screen if you're not using an iPad or something like that. But it's kind of funny because nobody's ever there because you can just look at it on your phone. That's where we look at things in 2021.
Since we're just real quick, because we don't have any information on our list about this, the Carnival Hub app while you're on the ship is phenomenal.
Yeah. That's another, I think, positive that has come out of COVID. These cruise apps they've had time to really hone their apps in.
Anything that you can possibly think of, restaurant reservations, your things to do like the fun times, the pictures, the Bolt reservation, which we'll talk about later. Everything is on that app, and you don't need internet to use it. You just have to get on their Wi-Fi. Right. So I know that's kind of off topic, but since you were talking about it, I threw it in there.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Now, if you do have issues, you go to guest services, which is not in the Atrium. It's off kind of between the Atrium and the MDR, which is nice. It's got its own space. It's a big space. I don't know if it was because we were at 70-ish% capacity, but we never really saw a big line. I think one time we saw a little bit of a line there, but it seemed like it was flowing pretty good. We had to go one time.
I went
twice. We had to go 2 times, and it was quick, right?
It was fast. Yeah. The first time, I think there were 2 people in front of me. The second time there was 1 person in front of me, and there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 guest services people, and it was constant. Next.
Yeah. Now, you may hear about power outages on the Mardi Gras, and this was a huge topic in the Facebook group for this sailing when people were like, afterwards, they were like, we had one power outage. It was while we were eating dinner, so sometime between like 8 and 9:30. It lasted probably for
3 minutes.
Maybe. It went out, it came back on, it went out again, went out completely for a second, and then came back on, and then it was fine. I don't think it's a big concern.
It didn't cause any
Captain came on, cruise director came on. They were like, we've got this under control. It's all right, Captain. If we give her any march, she's going to blow. I mean, he's Scottish, but anyway, but yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. We heard people talking about it like it was the Titanic about to hit an iceberg. It's whatever.
Fine.
It's a new ship. They'll sort it out. It's fine. That's my thoughts on that. And then what else?
The seating. There were chairs and tables everywhere.
Lots
the Serenity
of
deck
seating. Was
a huge space. Chairs everywhere.
And good seating too.
Yeah.
Like I think you're going to hear us say something later on about capacity and crowds, but I think that even if the ship was full, you would not have a hard time getting a place to like lounge. And the Serenity deck, you would not have a hard time finding a place to sit at the buffet. I love that they did this thing by the pool. Instead of having the seats to the side, but in the same sort of space as the pool. They kind of make it as these corridors on the sides, which separates it as more of a dining space. And so it was empty most of the time, but I think that's good because I think people will just eat there and then move on and go about their business instead of considering that like part of the pool area, which is always annoying when you just want to eat there. I'm just saying. So that, yeah, lots and lots of space and stuff. And also the shops were kind of spread out, which was kind of interesting. So, a lot of times the shops are all in one area. They're like the liquor store was by guys, Pig and Anchor. And then there were carnival stores were kind of up by sort of what were those by like
they
the
were
services
on 6.
and stuff? Or
no? The carnival shops were on 6, just past Fortune Teller Bar.
Oh, okay.
And then the jewelry stores were on 7 near Alchemy.
But it wasn't one centralized place.
No, they were spread out on multiple floors.
They were spread out on multiple floors. It was great. All right, and then
we have a question. Where was your favorite place to sit?
Oh, well,
we'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Yes. So
actually, next
is the room. So we got a cove balcony. It was the least expensive balcony cabin that was available to us, but we are doing a cove balcony intentionally on the horizon. So we were like, okay, phenomenal cabin. Love it. If I had a choice of balcony, I would go cove balcony every time. Like I liked it more than any other balcony I've ever had by far because it's close to the water, like probably 30 feet up from the water.
Yeah.
So your view of the water is awesome. Like you can really smell it. You might get spray if there was strong seas or something, but there weren't. So, but yeah, it was great because right before we sailed away, there were dolphins. Like they came to say goodbye to us.
It was awesome.
So, and we saw boobies flying around and we could see them really, really well instead of just looking down at them or seeing them flying.
We were like at the same level as them.
Yeah. So it was really cool. The cove balcony was great. It's a little more closed in. We did a room tour. We'll release that pretty soon. But yeah, we were very, very happy with the cove balcony for that reason, but just general cabin stuff. Okay. So lots of USB hubs or plugins, lots of USB outlets in the cabins. Light switches were very convenient. There were some when you come in. I heard people complaining because you had to put the card in the slot, which I think is a good thing. They put a plastic card in there. Like if you just left it in there, I don't know why you would complain about that. Like you could just leave it in there and you would never have to deal with it. Or you could be, environmentally friendly and turn the lights off when you leave the room.
I actually,
if you forget, then they'll go
actually
off.
Noticed when we went in to see Adam's room and film a little bit of that, he had a Costco card in his.
Oh, so not everybody got the card.
So you can put any card in there.
Yeah.
They had one in there for us, so we didn't have to do that.
Yeah, and lots of lights. There were the little reading lights. If you've watched any room tours of the Mardi Gras, you've seen these little room lights. They swivel and stuff. There's USBs right by the bed. Finally, Carnival, getting that right. That's good. But here's something kind of cool. We didn't realize this at first, but got up in the middle of the night to answer nature's call, and I was like, I got up. It was pitch black in the room. Curtains were closed and everything. And I kind of go to the bathroom, open the bathroom door, the light's on in there. I'm like, well, that was weird. Why did we leave the light on? Hit the light switch. The lights come on. I'm like, what is going on? Well, the lights in the bathroom go from like on to barely lit. It's a built-in nightlight. When the bathroom door is closed, you don't really see it, but you open it up. It's nice. It's soft light. It doesn't, have that I'm blind in the middle of the night thing when you need to go tinkle. And so it was great. I really liked it. I don't know if you can even turn it off all the way, but I thought it was a really cool thing because I've talked about bringing night lights, brought night lights, that kind of thing. You don't have to do that because it's got that there. I don't know if you could see it at all through the door.
No,
maybe
I think even regular with the lights on, when that door is shut, you can't see anything.
Yeah. So I don't know, because it's like that's one of the things about an interior cabin. It's like it's pitch black.
Yeah.
In there, but yeah. So that was kind of cool. And what else?
The mirror has a light kind of bordered around it, so it looks like a selfie
Like a circle.
I'm hitting my microphone. Yeah, like a circle. So like if you do your makeup there, it's probably really good. I don't wear makeup, so I don't know if it actually works for that. But it's really bright. Why are you laughing?
I love you. That's all. You know how quick we get ready? We're like from the time we wake up to the time we're out the door. This is at work. This is going to the steakhouse. It doesn't matter. It's like 15, 20 minutes. We're done. Okay. I know some of you guys are like, oh, really? Yeah, that's right. She's mine. Anyway.
But yeah, that light was really cool. I liked it.
Yes.
That's all.
Okay. And now the audio on the balcony, when the cruise director was speaking or the captain was speaking, you had a different experience apparently. But I'm sitting out on the balcony and the cruise director comes on. And if you've ever seen a movie or something where they run the audio backwards, or if you're like, you know, Black Sabbath or the Beatles or whatever, and you played your albums backwards and imagine you heard things, this is what it sounded like. It was like, maybe it was my ears and the weird acoustics of where I was sitting, but it was not good. Which I don't know if we mentioned this on Embarkation. That was one issue. Carnival needs to sort out their audio system in the
that's right.
in the port terminal, because you could not hear any. You heard like it was like this.
You could. I don't even know if you could hear that much.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Luckily, the staff handled it. They were like letting people know.
Once everybody realized that nobody could hear anything, they started walking around with numbers up in the air to tell you what section to get in.
It's growing pains. There, little things like that.
I mean, it was fine.
They dealt with it. They fixed the problem. But yeah, so the audio is a little weird. What else?
Let's see. Next we have.
You skip around if you want.
Yeah. What do we have here? Oh, the shower head. So a lot of shower heads in general, anywhere you go, hotels, cruises, your bathroom, have like a little changey do, so you can change like how it trickles out or blasts out or whatever. This one does not have that, and I really like that because when everybody goes in and changes it, it stops working.
And then you're just stuck on whatever.
And then you're just stuck with whatever awful setting somebody messed with. Yeah. And that's not the thing. So it's just a nice shower whooshy.
Whooshy. You know what I liked? I liked that I could literally step in the shower, turn the water on, and adjust it so it didn't scald me or freeze me in the shower. I could avoid the water enough that I could get it comfortable. Like that was cool. I don't even know if I could do that at home. So that was nice. And I heard people complaining about water pressure. I don't know if they had problems. We did not.
No,
our water pressure was very nice. It was very comfortable. It was all good. It was very nice. Now I have on here, don't be an annoying neighbor, because look, if you have a balcony cabin and you want to listen to whatever you want to listen to, everybody else can hear that. Okay. Our neighbor was playing some blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, it was like several times.
It was loud and first thing in the morning.
One time I heard it and I just blasted a little NoFX, and then they turned theirs down. So I turned mine down.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I was like, okay, you want to give me your business? I'll give you my business. But don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, glass shower door. And
we didn't talk about the glass shower door.
Oh,
I talked about the shower head.
Well, we were talking about the shower.
I know, you skipped it. Dude, come on.
The shower door is glass, and it's got a cool hinge that like pivots not on the end, but kind of partially towards the middle. So
there's plenty of space for you to get in, but it's nice because you don't like stand in the teeny tiny shower with the shower curtain like blowing in on you, and then your space is actually half of what it was. And then you step out into a puddle bog of towel and water. Yeah, it was like a towel bog. Whoever decided to do this, I love you. Yes, it is nice. I like the glass doors, and I heard people say complain about the size of the bathrooms. I don't know what ships they've been on, but this cabin, I also heard them say the cabins were small. This cabin and the bathroom seemed like a normal sized Carnival cabin, which seems bigger than some other cruise lines I've been on. And the bathroom, I heard people complaining about the layout, but I was like, this bathroom is more spacious than my old house's bathroom. Like,
it was fine. Like people were like, well, the toilet paper, you had to do this. And I'm like, okay, if you can't do this and reach the toilet paper, maybe you need to do a little yoga. But anyway, it seemed great to me. I thought it had a lot of storage space. I really was happy with the bathroom. The sink was nice. It was good. It was a good experience. Very nice. All right, so that's our room. So let's move on to activities. We have activities, entertainment, food, and drinks, and then our final thoughts. So let's go on to activities, and let's start with the one that this ship is infamous for.
Bolt. The roller coaster.
Yes.
So we rode it.
We did.
We were excited-ish about it.
Yeah, put the picture up of us on the on Bolt. We
right.
loaded some pictures and then we've totally forgotten to add them.
You didn't give me that one.
I didn't give you that one?
Nope, don't have that one.
Dag nabbit.
So
Okay,
go ahead and find that.
Watch the. Oh yeah, you want me to try and find it?
Yeah, just find the picture.
Okay, I'll try and find it.
So Bolt is $15 per person. It goes around the loop once. It's about 30 seconds long, and it's got like a throttle and then like an extra boost. So it goes at a speed, but you can make it go faster, which I guess would make it less than 30 seconds if it goes faster.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
But it goes up to 35 miles per hour. It was fun. I liked it. Oh, you're putting it on that way. Why don't you just send it to me?
Oh, you want me to send it to you?
Just email it to me.
Okay.
I can throw it on there real quick.
Okay.
Unless you're whatever.
No, it's all good.
You choose.
I got it under control, Kimbra.
Yeah. So it was fun. It was fast. It was quick. It was too short, but it was fun. Is it worth $15 per person? No. Probably not.
No, I would say no.
No.
I would say it's not worth $15. Maybe it is the first time.
To do it once.
Yeah.
Sure. Because it's the only place you can do it. Now, if other cruise ships start coming out with roller coasters, maybe my thought would be different. But for now, $15 for one time. So for the two of us, it was $30. If you can't do that math.
$30 for 30 seconds. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it was cool. Like it has the throttle, it has a booster button. Like it's not that it's not a good ride. It is a good ride. I enjoyed it quite a bit. But the reality is that it's just a lot of money. Like they need to give you 3 times around. 3 times around, I would be like, okay, then you get a minute and a half or something like that. And it wasn't like there were long lines waiting to get on this thing. It was just expensive. So I don't know. It was okay. I don't want to bash it. I also know that I was not very excited about a roller coaster anyway, because I'm like, if I want roller coasters, I go to a theme park, not a cruise ship. But it's cool. And so the other problem with it is that it was closed a lot. If it rains, it closes. If there's a breeze blowing, it closes. If somebody farts in Kansas, it closes. So it's just closed all the time. When it's open? It's open in port, which is great if you want to see the port, and there are some beautiful scenes you can get. But if you want that just open ocean, you better be there right at the right time when the seas are calm and the winds are right and everything. Otherwise, it's not going to run. So I don't know, mixed feelings about Bolt, but I'm glad we did it.
Did you send that picture?
I did enjoy it. I emailed it to you. Who knows which email I sent it to? Let me try it again.
Well, I mean, it's not even showing up, so it doesn't matter.
I'll try it again.
It's fine. It'll show up eventually.
Okay.
Anyways, so the other thing is there are some requirements for Bolt. So you can't be over 6'3", 6 something. I don't remember what the height is.
I think a 6'3" sounds, I don't know. There, yeah.
6 something. 300 pounds is the capacity, and they do weigh you. So when you get up to the top, you have to stand on a scale that has a light up at the top, and you have to stand there. They said 3 seconds. And I guess if the light goes off, you weigh too much. The light didn't go off for us, so I guess we were good to go.
I was so happy it didn't give me a number because I had already been on the cruise for a little bit, and I'm like, I don't want to see this number.
Yeah, so there's that. You have to have closed-toed shoes, and you can't wear any swimwear. There was actually a lady that was getting on in front of us whose shirt was wet, like she had put it on over her swim stuff. and they like interrogated her to make sure that she did not have any swim stuff on. She was like, no, this did have swim stuff on, but I changed and I put the shirt back on. Why you would put a wet shirt back on, I don't know.
But they were still like,
yeah, but they did let her go.
Yeah.
So they are pretty strict about that kind of stuff.
I had my cell phone in a zipped up pocket on like cargo shorts, and like they saw it in there as I was already on the thing, and the guy's like, what do you have in your pocket? I'm like, it's my cell phone. I'm like, it's zipped up. He's like, okay, next time you put it in the locker. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And then before he let me go, he's like, can you just take it out? And I'm like, dude, it's fine. Here, take it, put it in a thing. So I don't know if he was worried about me filming it. I don't know if he was worried about it falling out of the zipped up pocket that it was in. I don't know, but yeah, they're very particular about that sort of thing. They made they kind of made Adam take his glasses off.
Yeah, I guess his sunglasses.
Yeah, so they're concerned about it, which I mean, that's fine. Safety first, whatever. All right, and then what about the water slides?
The water slides were cool. There were 3 water slides.
Tell us about those water slides.
Well, you're not going to see a picture of us on the Bolt thing because it's not coming through. So there's that. So the water slides, there were 3 of them. There was a blue one, an orange one, and a yellow one. We're going to start with the yellow one because that's the one I did twice. So the yellow one is just your average water slide. You go and you slide. It's twisty, it's loopy, it's turny, it splashes at the end. It's a fun, moderate water slide. Right?
Yeah, I would say so. I may be popping up there in a second. If I do, just ignore it or just turn me off there. Yeah, that and you there I am. Boop, there I'm gone.
Yep.
So yeah, it was a fun water slide. It was a standard water slide.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It was a good water slide.
And then the blue one, it was closed because you ride on a mat, not me, but like a mat, and it was windy. It was pretty windy the first like going down. And so they didn't want you to take the mats up there, which I get it because I've done those with the inner tubes, and I thought I was going to get flown off the ship like a parasailer. But then the last day we're like, okay, calm, it's calm. I think we were even in port still.
Yeah.
And it was closed. And we're like, why is it closed? And one person said they found a crack in it. 2 people said that they found a crack in it. Another guy said something else I couldn't understand, but it's broken. So that kind of sucked. But then tell us about your favorite water slide, Kimbra.
My least favorite water slide was the orange one. And the orange one is the one that you go in and you stand up and they close the door like a capsule. And then it counts down 4, 3, 2, 1. And they push the button and you fall. And it's really flipping fast. And it would have been okay if the first time it counted down, it went.
She was nervous.
I was terrified. I do not like things that drop. Droppy rides scare me. Droppy things scare me. So this is a droppy slide. Terrified. I'm in this thing. I'm like holding myself, closing my eyes, shaking. And it counts down 4, 3, 2, 1. Nothing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nothing. It did this like 4 or 5 times, and the guy out there is like pushing the button, and I'm shaking, and he's like, "You good?" And I'm like, "Just go."
She thought the guy was messing with her or something. I saw him out there. He's like banging on the machine, like, "Come on, open up!" And I'm like, "Oh, I always get a little concerned for you," but it opened eventually.
It did. It went. I can't tell you much about it. It took my breath away for the first, I'd say 5 seconds. I wasn't breathing. And then I finally was like, my eyes were shut. I was holding my nose for the splash at the end. I didn't want water up my nose. I will never do it again, but it was okay.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I've been on another another water slide that was similar. And it was fun as well. So yeah, but all right. So then we played mini golf, and there's a mini golf course on the ship, and it was nice. It was in a good location. It was a fun course. It was very pretty.
It was under Bolt, so it was fun because you could watch Bolt go. Yeah. I don't think Bolt was going when we were playing, but you could if it was going.
Wasn't super busy anytime that we were up there. That wasn't too busy. The only thing I'll say is that instead of walls, it's just slightly higher turf, and the ball just rolls right over it. So you don't get that, like, if you're a person that likes to bank golf balls off of things, you're not going to have that experience. They're all going to go out of bounds. And but that's okay. It was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed our time doing mini golf. I'm actually surprised we only did it the one time, but
there was so much to do. There wasn't time
that
to do it
is
again.
true. That is true. What's the next thing on there?
Next, we have swimming pools. There were a lot of pools. There were 2 infinity pools, one that was more of an infinity pool than the other, but there was one on deck 8 that actually looked over into the water, and then there was one on deck 16 that looked over onto the decks below it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really cool. Like, the water came right up to the glass. However, it is like a shallow, like there's a shallow water area that you can like step or sit in. And then there's like the pool. So the shallow part is what goes up to the glass.
Yeah.
So the pool itself does not go right up to the glass.
Unless you're in the Havana area.
Which it does do that. And that's really
glass.
cool.
Yeah. But it's still a beautiful view, and it's still a really nice pool. Only thing is, it was always crowded. Always. All the swimming pools were crowded all the time.
Yes.
Even on this low capacity ship.
Yes. The pool on deck 8, though, in the aft, it had these cool white chairs that sat in like the shallow part, so you could be in the water without being in the water. So that was cool. I did like those.
Yeah. And then hot tubs, they were aplenty. There were 7 hot tubs, and 2 of them on deck 8 were actually very different. They were like long, and they looked like they had seats on either side, but it wasn't. It was like you sat on one side and then your feet went on the other. They were deceptively shallow, but they were very comfortable, beautiful. All the hot tubs had good views, but the ones on the side, magnificent views. We actually did the sail away from
Puerto Rico
there, and it was wonderful. The water temperature was warm. They weren't hot tubs. First day I was like, I wish these were a little bit hotter, but they were good enough. But then as the cruise goes on, and you're in there in the middle of the day, you don't really want it to be super hot. So it was a pretty good experience. I have to say I enjoyed the hot tubs on the ship. Yeah.
Yep. What else? We have the jogging track. So the jogging track was on deck 18.
The one with the mini golf.
Yes, where the mini golf was.
Where the water slides come out at.
Yes, and the sports court, basically all the like outdoor activity things that kids or adults would do. So the jogging track went all around the outside of that deck, and it was located in a really bad place. It was very skinny and narrow, but it was literally the walkway to get around that area. So anybody that was running or walking on that track, or if you were just walking to get to another part of that deck, you were run over, or somebody was in your way, or it just was not located properly.
Well, it wasn't wide enough. And I think normally it would have been fine, because normally there's nobody up there jogging around, very few people up there jogging, maybe certain times of the day. But for whatever reason, that deck was busy. Like, I think it's because that's also where the kids were playing and people wanted to see Bolt. It wasn't a huge deal, but it was a little weird. Like you felt like you were in the way, you're going to get run over or something like that. But, it was fine. And then we did some trivia. We did some fun games. They had a lot of free time on their hands. They came with some new games to try out. Some of them were really fun. Some of them have a little bit of, they got to iron out the wrinkles and stuff.
Yeah, there was one game that we did that they said all of the crew came up with it during shutdown when they were all quarantined and stuff. So it was definitely a game that was just kind of thrown together.
Well, I think as being somebody who designs games for classes and things like that, I think I know what happened is that they had a really grand plan and they made it overcomplicated. And then when they went to actually do it, those complications bogged it down. But it was still a lot of fun. We still had a lot of fun, and they'll iron those out, and it'll go smoother.
Oh yeah,
they'll figure it out. It was still definitely. I would try those games if you're a person that likes kind of games and stuff. They're different. They're unique. They're fun. they're going to work out the kinks and it's going to be good. We enjoyed them. And then trivia. There was a lot of trivia on this ship.
So much
We only
trivia.
did what?
Two? Yeah.
Two trivias. That's it. And one of them was Harry Potter. And the other one was Star Trek. So these were both in the Limelight Lounge, which has a lot of cool lighting. There's like a big screen behind it. It was a cool space. It was a very neat space. And we did get, thanks to Adam, a ship on a stick.
A ship on a stick.
That's right. We got a Mardi Gras ship on a stick.
Unfortunately, it was not from Harry Potter trivia.
No, it was from Star Trek, and it's all Adam.
But I still accept it because I had some of the answers for Star Trek trivia.
We got 18 out of 21 in Star Trek trivia. I would have only gotten 16 out of 21. So Adam got the other two, and then he was kind enough. And then he had to go up there, it was tied, and he had to go up there and win that like sort of end question thing. And he was kind enough to give Kimbra the ship on a stick. So thank you, Adam, for that. And but it was a lot of fun. And if you stick around after the credits, we'll tell you what questions we missed. See if you guys can get those. All right, that's all for activities. Entertainment, we didn't
missed one.
Did I?
You didn't? Did you talk about that?
No, I didn't.
You just marked it.
Oh my gosh!
Talk about it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Talk about that one.
So Family Feud. So this is the new show that they're doing on is it just on Mardi Gras or are they doing it on other ships?
I don't know. I think it's just on Mardi Gras.
Okay. Well, it's like legit Family Feud. It's awesome. Like they have auditions for teams to come on and they do all the questions. They do the things. They have the buttons. It is, if you've ever seen Family Feud, it is legit.
It's cool. It was a lot of fun. They do 3 different versions of it. The kids version, which we didn't see. The regular version, which was amazing. And then they do an adult version, which was harder questions. Did you just say all this? But it wasn't.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay. But it wasn't really that much different. I think our favorite was the regular version. Yeah. The adult version wasn't really that adult, by the way. But
it was more difficult, though.
It was definitely more challenging. But it was I love Family Feud. And it was a lot of fun. Yeah. It was a really good game show. Really, really enjoyed that quite a bit. So Family Feud was awesome. And let's see.
Our next section is entertainment.
Entertainment. All right, get us started.
Yes, so we did go to one theater show with the Playlist Productions, and it was not good. No, it was boring, and so we left about halfway through. It was also, so the other thing is this show was in the theater, which is on deck 7. However, it's hard to find. The only way you can get to this theater is to either go through the casino, which is on deck 7. The casino, by the way, is split off into smoking and non-smoking section. So if you go through the wrong door, you're stuck in the smoking section. If you go through the right door, you're good to go. But you can only get to the theater through the casino, or if you come from level 8 and go down the stairs, or come from level 6 and go up the stairs. So it was not easy to find, but we found it.
But once you know what it is, it's all good. Well, you just got to, so scope that out when you're doing your ship, discovery and exploration. Make sure you look for that specifically. But yeah, I mean, those of you that know me know that that's not my favorite thing anyway, but this one was.
It was like I didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't. Now, there was good music on the ship. There was a lot of good music on the ship. And there were live bands playing. One of the bars had the violin people playing, which was phenomenal. They had like an acoustic guy that was doing like different songs from different centuries, decades, not centuries. And it was good. It was good. It was in the background when we were at the different bars and stuff. But the highlight for me, and I think for Kimbra, was when the cruise director did his show.
Yes, the Flying Scotsman show. And he's Scottish.
He's Scottish. And I can't even do it now. You got me.
I'm sorry. I really enjoyed listening to him talk.
He's got a Scottish accent. Sometimes. Sometimes he doesn't.
That's true.
Sometimes he does.
He had it more.
Sometimes he
I
doesn't.
feel like when he's just like talking, that's when the Scottish accent like really happened.
I think he can do an American accent, and sometimes he does that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, like when he was hosting Family Feud, he sounded like an American, but when he was doing his concert, he was definitely Scottish. And he's basically a very talented man. He sings all these different songs from various genres of music. He's entertaining. He's fun. He's funny. It was a great experience right in that center stage, the atrium area, 3 like floors up, and just open up. It's a different atrium than most cruise ships, but it's way, way of an upgrade over the Vista class ships.
It's got a huge window that like screens can come down in front of and like flip up and stuff. But the window it's also, he wears a kilt. But
he does wear stuff underneath it. Yeah.
At least for that show, he does.
I know Dave and Brandy are big fans, and they've seen it. They're saying that Chris's show is amazing. His name is Chris. Yes, it was very wonderful. It was great. That is the kind of entertainment I want to see with singing and dancing. I don't want to see some weird popified modern version of songs that I used to like until they ruin them. But anyway, yeah. And then let's get into the food.
The food. There's so much food on this cruise.
Oh my gosh, there is a lot of food on this ship. And let me just tell you, looking at the comments in the Facebook group for this cruise and people's like opinions on the food and bashing them. And it's mostly, and no offense if you're a Royal Caribbean fan, but it's mostly Royal Caribbean people because they always have to say that. They're always like, well, I'm used to Royal Caribbean and the Carnival food sucked. And I'm like, dude or dudette, if you got nothing but sucky food on this cruise, I don't know where you were eating, but you either have very, very strange taste or something was really wrong, because the food on the ship on the whole was magnificent. I mean, really good, really, really good. So that's my little snippet there. But one of the things we noticed is there's sinks everywhere. And this ship was built before there was a pandemic. And I think that's a great thing. Sinks by all the restaurants, the free restaurants, everything. Sinks. So you can wash your hands. You know, I mean, hand sanitizer is great, but just think about this. If you have poop on your hands, and I'm not saying it's yours, it could be from, you know, an insect or a bird. Okay, say you put your hand in the railing, there's bird poop on there. All right, now you could clean it with hand sanitizer. You might sterilize it, but it's still there.
And it's everywhere else now too.
Yeah, you need to wash your hands with soap and water. You know, sing the happy birthday song twice or whatever. You can do that because there's sinks all over the place.
Or if you have an Apple Watch, it counts down for you.
You can
one of the newer ones.
You can do that.
Yeah.
So sinks everywhere. So let's go over the food buffet.
The buffet. So the buffet was pretty small. There were 2 sections of it, but most of the time only half of it was open. So yeah, we didn't really eat. We grabbed some bread, I think, the first night.
Yeah.
But we didn't really eat the buffet.
No, we didn't need to because there was so much other food on there. Yeah. And, but yeah, lots of seating, but small buffet. The soft serve was in effect, people. It was in effect. There were 3 soft serve stations on 3 different decks, 8, 16, and 17 soft serve. 2 things built in, not those janky machines just sitting there. It was good. It was on point. So, very happy with the soft serve. And when you pull the lever, it doesn't like go, it's like, and your soft serve is there. You got to be careful. The first one, I tried to film it. It took me off guard. It ended up on my hand. You'll see that in the vlogs. But man, it's quick. It's fast. It was never broken down. There were never, maybe because of the times, there was never a bunch of kids over there like causing problems, because there always are. But it was good. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I see. Brian was like, I liked Chris as an entertainer, but not so much as a cruise director. I think Chris, the Flying Scotsman, I said to Kimbra, I said, he's kind of like black licorice or blue cheese. Like, people seem to either be hot or cold on him. I like him, but I like the kilt. I like the Scottish accent too. But yes, I've noticed that people are either like, yes, the Flying Scotsman, or they're like, he was a bit much. So he's a bit to taste, But we enjoyed it. But he's not the normal cruise director on the ship either. The one who normally will be on the ship, his wife had a baby, so he's on paternity leave, I think. So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. What's up? I guess I should do this one. Guy's Burger. There were no bacon fixins on the fixins bar. So you had to get the pig one, which is not quite the same. But it's still, Guy's Burger is big. It feels like it's its own space. There's a lot of seating there. It was quick. It was the same delicious Guy's Burger that I love. The bacon thing is not Carnival's fault. There's just some weird pig shortage or bacon shortage or something going around. But yeah, Guy's Burger was good as usual. And I love the space for it. I love the space. It's not in the middle of the pool deck. So you've got to like block the way to get a Guy's Burger. It's got its own area, which is wonderful. And way better than that tripe that they have on Royal Caribbean burger ship. Just saying. And that costs you money.
That's what I was going to say. And Guy's Burgers is included.
Not trying to start any wars, but
So just real quick, somebody
there were fixins at the burger bar, just no bacon. Yeah.
We just got a comment from somebody. It says Facebook user. I don't know who you are because it says Facebook user. There is in the description a little link that says click this so that StreamYard and Facebook talk to each other. Also, thank you for your lovely comment.
Brian says there was bacon on his sailing. He was on right before us or 2 weeks.
He was the week before
right before us because he was like in the cab by the time we got there, and that was early.
Well, all of the posts and stuff about bacon came up like at the end of his cruise.
I think we just got
we missed the bacon.
Bad
you
bacon
ate
first.
all my bacon.
Yeah, it's your fault, Brian. No, there's a blue iguana.
It's Takara. Thank you.
Oh. Takara, she worked out every day. That's Kimbra's trainer. Every day she worked out. I mean, we did get a lot of steps in.
And stairs.
A lot of steps. And with elevation. Yeah. We did go to the gym.
We looked at it.
And we looked at it and we left. But yeah, anyway. Blue iguana.
Blue iguana was really good. So this is actually only my second ship with a blue iguana. The first time I only had the breakfast burritos there. This one, I actually tried the tacos too, and they were yummy. I was going to do a little video thing for Anthony because he said he can eat 10 tacos.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I ate 2 tacos. So you win. But yeah.
Yeah. And again, it's got its own space. It's not in the middle of the way of everything. You go to it. It's big. It's good. I really like how they did the layout. The layout on the ship is phenomenal. I heard some people knocking that too. I thought the layout was great on the ship. Overall, very happy with it. Now, Big Chicken.
Oh,
Shaq's Big Chicken. They have breakfast. They have lunch. I like chicken sandwiches. They're okay, but I'm definitely a burger guy. Big Chicken. I would be happy if there was a Big Chicken and no Guy's Burger on the ship. It was phenomenal. Oh my gosh. There's 4 sandwiches you can get and chicken tenders?
4 sandwiches and
we
chicken
tried
tenders.
Between the two of us, we tried all of them. And they were all good. Your favorite one was the
MDE, the most dominant ever.
Yeah. And
is it just basically just the chicken sandwich? They do put the Shaq sauce on there and pickles. It's just a straight up chicken sandwich.
And mine was the Shack Attack, which has jalapeno, slaw, barbecue. And actually, it was wonderful sandwich. I prefer the Shack sauce. I would do that and put some Shack sauce on, which you could do. They had the Shack sauce on the little condiment thing and the pickles. They called them sweet and spicy. They were good pickles. They were different, I think, than the pickles they put on your sandwich.
Yeah, they put regular pickles on your sandwich.
Which is weird. But yeah, I can't say enough.
How about those fries?
The fries, they're so
like,
good.
Like thin.
They're so good.
Oh my gosh. I'm so hungry right now.
Oh man, they were good. And the breakfast sandwich. You could get breakfast sandwiches like bacon or sausage, but you get the chicken and biscuit. I am not a chicken for breakfast person at all. But that's like spicy. It's not spicy. It's
not
sweet,
spicy.
chili, honey. Oh,
it was good.
I ate so much on this cruise. I ate so much. It was
we'll
like,
do it again in 27 days.
I don't think I'm going to eat like that on the next. It was like I had never cruised before. And like, I made myself upset, like stomach upset the first couple days. It was bad. We've been dieting for so long. And then I just was like, "Urgh." It was bad, but it was so good.
so
It
good.
was so good.
I think the problem is all the food on this cruise was good.
Almost everything we had
And
was
I
phenomenal.
wanted to keep eating it and
Yes.
trying it.
Yes. And it's like, oh, I tasted that, but I want it 5 more times. But yes. So moving on, one thing we didn't get to try,
With street eats.
which is not because we didn't want to, we just didn't have the stomach capacity for it.
Yeah, but there's like 3 little stands and each one has like a theme. Like there's the fries one and there's the steamed one and there's the other one. But they have whatever their item is changes every day. So each day you can go get something different from street eats.
And it was interesting stuff. One has some kind of weird fry concoction. One's like a steamed thing, I think, and one's.
I literally just said that.
Did you? Sorry. Sorry. But yes, so listen to her. She's smarter than me. But it looked really good. There's a seafood shack next to it. That's
Yes.
not included. Everything else we've mentioned so far, food-wise, has been included and will be included. So including the next thing we include in this list, which is the Pizzeria Del Capitano, which had really good pizza, no lines. They make the pizza in front of you, which I know they sort of do that on other ones, but everything's out front. There's no going in the back. It's all out front in your face. You can see it. Never had to wait in line. They always had pizza, always coming out of the oven. Adam says it was better than the regular pizza. I don't know that I disagree. It's just been like, more than 2 years since I've had Carnival pizza, so I don't remember. But they had the usual suspects, the usual types, and it was good. It was very, very good. 24 hours.
Yes. And then Piazza Panini, which is like the deli.
Piazza Panini.
They had like the deli sandwiches and they had paninis.
And they had like deli sandwiches and then some. What did I do? I broke my.
I don't know. What
Oh,
did
here we
you?
go. Here we go. They had deli sandwiches and more. I thought maybe we had a picture of that, but I don't think I made that one on there.
No.
And it was good stuff. Like I had a Reuben. The Reuben was good, but they didn't leave it in long enough, so the middle was cold. But it would have been good if they had left it in long enough. But they had like steak and like kind of like a cheesesteak kind of thing. They had a lot of different options for you there, and it was it's pretty good stuff, man. So we ate a lot on this cruise.
Hey, my trainer's on here. Be careful what you say.
I ate a lot on this cruise. She ate salads. She was like, working out, man. Come on, let's go get some
salads.
Yeah, she's going to do your measurements. She's going to know.
Yeah, I have 28 days.
But it was good. Then we get into the things that were included on for now, but are not always included. And that's like Chibang.
Yes, Chibang is like part Chinese, part Mexican. So you get
not combined though. You get either or.
Yeah, it's one or the other. And we went for lunch, which is like either a build your own.
Tara's gonna kill you.
I know.
Workouts.
I know.
I just want you to know that.
That's what she just said. Oh. Anyways. So it's a build your own noodle bowl or a build your own burrito bowl, or they have like some that are like pre-made that you can like choose that one.
Mm-hmm.
It was
it was probably our worst food experience.
Yeah,
we did the lunch, not the dinner,
which she said,
but I can only process one thing at a time because I'm a man. But but yeah, mine was terrible. Honestly, I got the Mexican with the I don't remember what it was. So it was
carnitas.
Carnitas. It was horrible. It was really gross.
So here's what I have to say. I'm one of those people that like doesn't go crazy on my food. Like I'm pretty boring when it comes to food. This noodle bowl was bland.
Yeah, they asked for extra sauce.
For Kimbra to say that my food was bland meant that this food was bland.
Yeah. Yeah. However, they redeemed themselves
Slightly.
somewhat with their desserts because the desserts were amazing. They had what was it?
A churro?
A churro, which was kind of a round churro with vanilla ice cream. It's very good. And then they had a flan with some sort of magic cream stuff that was just amazing. Like I would go there just for the dessert. It was so good.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was all they had on offer.
You know
They had
what?
no
That-
Chinese desserts. They
that
just had Mexican
That
desserts.
flan was maybe
Flantastic.
one of my favorite desserts on this cruise.
It was really good. I would not disagree with that.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was so good. And then we get to Guy's Pig and Anchor, which lunch is always included, but dinner is on right now on the Mardi Gras is included. Otherwise, it's a la carte. And I don't know if Lovey's still in here. I don't remember what. I know he tried it. It was okay. It was all right. Like it wasn't bad, but it was not my favorite thing on the ship.
Yeah.
If I had paid for it, I would have been like, okay. The dessert again, really good.
Yep.
I loved the ambiance of the place. I loved the casualness of it. It was very fast. I wouldn't have felt like I got ripped off if I had paid for it. But considering the other food options, I don't know if I'd have gone there for dinner. Maybe. But the pulled pork was good. That was pretty good. But
yeah, sorry, I'm just reading what's to come for my week.
the brisket, and that's usually my favorite. Brisket was disappointing, and the ribs were okay. So pulled pork good, ribs okay, brisket disappointing.
The mac and cheese was really good.
Mac and cheese was good. The beans I thought were good. She didn't like them, but she's not really a bean person. It's got to be just right. I thought they were decent. They weren't my favorite beans ever, but they were good. But yeah, the dessert, I had some kind of banana pie, bourbon banana pie. Didn't get a ton of bourbon off of it, but it was a really good, fresh banana tasting pie. It was very good. And what did you have for
I had
dessert?
apple cobbler.
And you liked that, right?
It was very good.
Yeah. So that was pretty good. Also, they have Shuffleboard there, which I was happy because I was really worried they wouldn't have Shuffleboard since they got rid of the Red Frog Pub, which is one of my favorite venues, and replaced it with this. But they did have Shuffleboard. However, and I don't know if Dave and Brandy are still on here, I tried that smoked porter. Didn't really like it. It was not smoky at all. It was just a porter. Like it was okay. It was a porter, but it wasn't like great. However, you got a smoked drink.
Yes,
and it was
is
amazing,
the smoked
right?
watermelon margarita. It was delicious, like super
She
yummy.
loved it. Yeah, she
I got
really
it twice.
liked it. I was surprised. I didn't think she would like smoky drinks. We had a lot of smoky drinks on this. This is going to be like a 3-hour episode. But all right, so let's see. Cucina del Capitano. Lunch is free. Dinner is included right now. Otherwise, it's $15. They do have a sit-down breakfast if you go in the morning. The barbecue place has a buffet breakfast. So if you want to avoid crowds, if there's a lot of crowds, you can do that. But we did cucinas on the last night of the cruise, and mamma mia.
Phenomenal.
It was
So
fantastico.
good. Yeah.
It was good. It was definitely good. And I've had cucina before, and it was really good. Really enjoyed it. Great food there. And I don't like Italian food. Like I don't like pasta. And I shouldn't say I don't like Italian food. I don't like.
You didn't get like
No.
Italian-y food.
No, I got the was it beef short ribs,
Are they short ribs or spare ribs?
spare ribs, one of the two. They were really good. They were very good.
And the sauce that was on them was really good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then like stuffed mushrooms, which were not as good as the steakhouse ones, but they were
We
really
got
good.
stuffed mushrooms there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And something else that I can't remember how to pronounce it.
You got lentils.
That was my side dish. This was the appetizer.
I don't even know what I got as an appetizer.
I don't remember the dessert. Was it tiramisu?
I got tiramisu.
No, I got something
You got
else.
those little puffy ricotta
Those were
things.
good. Yeah, some
Yeah.
kind of puffy ricotta thing. Anyway, they were really good. So that was
No,
good.
we got Nona's meatball.
That's right. Known as meatball. I thought I got stuff. Oh, I
At
got them at
MDR.
dinner at MDR.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's so much food on this cruise, and
I
it
should
was
have taken notes through this whole
overwhelmingly
thing.
positive.
This is why we need the fun times, so I can
Right.
take notes.
I don't know. We have a lot of notes here, and we're still messing up. Java Blue coffee. You get your fancy coffee. You do have to pay for it. You can get some sweet things that you got to pay for as well. Not those kind of sweet things you got to pay. And you can get savory, which is included. We had empanadas.
Yes.
Tell me
We
about
also
those.
did breakfast one day there.
Yes, you get breakfast sandwiches and
Yes.
stuff.
The empanadas were amazing. We got a beef one and a cheese one, cut them in half and shared them. We did not eat one of each, Takara. We did share. But they were delicious.
They were very good. They were really, really good. Like I thought they might be okay. No, they were
really good.
They were so good.
I do have to say they would have been better if it was mixed together. The beef one was a little beefy.
I liked it. I guess I like beefy. But yeah, no, I agree though. If you combine them, it would be like the Reese's peanut butter cup of empanadas.
Yeah.
So, but they were good. They were really good. And then other places that we didn't really go to, Banzai Teppanyaki. Adam went there, said it was really good. Banzai Sushi. We don't eat seafood, so we didn't go there. Rudy's Sea Grill looks really interesting. We didn't go there. It's seafood. It's an upcharge. Emerald's Bistro. It's a la carte. We never saw anybody eating there. I don't even know what they have. I think there's a little bit seafoody there. Not even sure. Carnival's Kitchen. You can sign up and do like a class thing. We didn't do that, but it looked interesting. They got a whole area for it. Looks kind of cool. And yeah, most of the paid options though that were on right now were seafood.
Yeah.
So that was fine.
That worked out for us. Chikara wants to know if we have any pictures of what we ate. We took some pictures, but we vlogged a lot of it too. So as we get our vlogs out, you'll be able to see some of that
tiny
stuff.
Portions.
Tiny. Like I took one bite for like each meal. Didn't gain a pound.
Yeah. It might pull me in there for a second. Pull me back out. It kicked me out for a second.
There you go.
And then the creme de la creme of our
You don't have a picture of this, do you?
cruise experience. I don't.
That's
not
fine.
uploaded on here.
That's fine.
But we did vlog it. And that was Fahrenheit 555. $38 a head. It's like a 15-course meal. Not really, but it's a lot of food.
It was so good though.
Oh man.
It was worth all 38 of those dollars.
They start you off with this chef thing they just give you. It's like this little bitty potato with
an itty bitty
delicious
spoon.
cheese, a little spoon. It's very quaint, it's very cute. But oh man, it was good. And then you order your appetizer, which we got the baked onion soup.
And stuffed mushrooms.
The baked onion soup.
What's so sad is it comes in this very
somebody's just
large
listening to this
bowl.
podcast. It might sound like something.
It comes in this very large bowl, and because we had so much more food on its way, we ate like less than a quarter of it.
We ate the cheese and the bread though.
We ate the cheese and the bread.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then we like put out a poll in the cruising community. We're like, what kind of steak should we get? And we got all kinds of responses from people whose opinions we trust. So we didn't know what to do. But the most common response was the cowboy steak, which is an 18-ounce steak. So that's what we both ordered. And they like, boom. Like I think it was this big, right? Like it was this big.
It was big.
It was this big. Now there's a bone in it. Okay, so that's some of the weight. We didn't eat all of those steaks, but man, we gave it our best college try. And it was whoever recommended the cowboy steak. Thank you. I'm sure all the other steaks are magnificent as well, but we were not sad by the cowboy steak. It was so good.
I also
So
just
good.
want to throw in here real quick. It is well past lunchtime. We have not had lunch. We haven't had anything since breakfast.
It's the first time I've been hungry in 2 days.
I am starving right now. Talking about this is killing me.
Then for dessert, we had
we had sides.
Oh yes, we did have sides. I had fries. They weren't that exciting.
I had mac and cheese, and it was the best mac and cheese that I've had in a long time. And I had like a mushroom medley, and it was just mushrooms.
So Yeah,
So, but the mac and cheese was good.
Then we did the art on the table.
Yes, which was really cool. We have a video of
You
that
see
to
that in the
share.
vlog.
So that's really cool.
If you haven't seen that before, it's cool. It's delicious. And we were able to share it between the three of us. It was very nice. But that was Fahrenheit 555. It's $38 upcharge, but I'm telling you, if you're a steak person, my God, go, because it is so good. And it is such an experience. Although we had these people sitting behind us, and I don't know, there was like a fight between.
They came in after us. Like we had already started eating and stuff. Yeah.
And they were like F-bombs flying. Like she was mad at him, and he got mad at her. He stormed out, came back, stormed out, came back. Then he left, and she started crying. Then she left. We don't need your business, people. Like it was bad. I don't even know who I felt bad for. If I felt bad for either.
I didn't feel bad for either of them because they were ruining my $38 steak dinner.
Right? Like I would have been so embarrassed from the get-go. I'd have been like, we're done. Plus, we would never, ever speak to each other that way, ever.
And if we did, it wouldn't be in public.
No, definitely it wouldn't happen.
No, it wouldn't happen.
But yeah, so anyway, on to the drinks, because apparently we drank a lot on this cruise, way more than we normally would drink on a cruise. We did drink a lot on this cruise, but we still we would not have benefited from the drink package, so we didn't drink that much.
Right.
We definitely came out ahead of the drink package by a long shot, but we drank a lot. So the Havana Bar, we walked into it. It's a beautiful, beautiful bar, beautiful colors, beautiful decor. They play Latin music, which is wonderful. This cruise, they didn't have a Latin band, so it was all DJ, but we walked in there, people were dancing. It was festive. It was wonderful. Brass Magnolia is in the French Quarter. So there's different areas on the ship. It's a beautiful bar. Looks like an old kind of style bar. They didn't have our drinks that we like there, but we did get one drink over there.
I didn't.
But it's a really pretty area, and there's a lot of seating there. There's the bar, but there's a bunch of seating. It was empty the whole time. It was beautiful. So if you want an intimate experience, you can have that. But then what's next? Okay, so then we've got. I'll let you talk.
Yeah, the Red Frog Tiki Bar.
Yeah.
Bar.
Rum bar.
Yes. It's 2 levels. So it's on level 16 by the pool, and then it goes up to level 17 as well. So 2 levels. It was actually crowded every time we walked by it. We did stop there once.
Really packed.
One morning, we stopped by and got a drink. And they have these really cool tiki glasses that are like probably ceramic or something.
Yeah, they look ceramic.
Yeah. Really cool. We were like, well, our first day there, they came by and they were like, here, do you want this drink in this tiki glass? And we were like, no, we still have a drink that we haven't hardly touched.
Plus, they were doing that first day drink, which was not very good.
I don't like, but I drank one anyways. So the second day, we go up in the morning. We're like, we want the drink of the day, which is something that sounded good. Can we get it in the tiki glass? And they said, we are all out of tiki glasses.
So if you want your tiki glass, get it on the first day.
Whether you like
David
the drink or not,
yes,
get the tiki glass.
So yeah, and it was a nice.
It's a cool tiki glass.
But yeah, it's cool. I like the Red Frog pub better because I love the Red Frog pub, but it's a cool spot. If it wasn't so jam packed, and it's right by the pool, it's just not my scene. But it's a beautiful bar, and they got a lot of rum. They got a good rum there and stuff. So if you're a rum drinker, go there and they have other shirts, other swag. Adam bought this really cool shirt. It was expensive.
Not this really cool.
No,
shirt.
This is much more. Well, it wasn't that much more reasonably priced, but it's less expensive. We'll talk about that a little.
They have a bar tap.
Yeah, you get the tap.
They have hats. They had all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, straws. Okay, because we saw people were like, I'm bringing my 150 plastic straws on, and they're not going to make me freedom. Blah. Who cares about the environment? Anyway, we brought silicone straws because we heard that the candy straws were terrible. We didn't need them at all. We used them the first day, never used them again. We did have some of the candy straws. We had chocolate straws, and I think we had another flavor.
Mm-hmm.
They're not perfect, but they're better than the paper straws. They get the job done. And really, most of the glasses you could have just drank out of, like you do a coffee mug or a tea.
They were a problem for the frozen drinks.
Right, but yeah, and that's what they put them in. They're not like the paper ones. I don't like the paper ones. I understand they're not great. These get a little like flexible, but they're not. They're okay. Like if you can get past that, they're okay.
If you drink fast, you're good.
If not, then bring your own like silicone. Don't bring metal ones because they'll stick to your lips. You'll be like a Christmas story, and I triple dog dare you. Anyway, yeah. So then let's get to our two favorite bars.
Yes. So the bar that we were looking most forward to on this cruise was the Fortune Teller Bar. And this bar is super cool. It has like all the magical spell, cool kind of vibe.
Science and magic.
Yeah, it's like the science-y, magic-y, cool drinks that like this, the crystal ball that has like a smoke bubble that you pop, or there was a drink that had like a changes color, some swirl. It's
one had an eye on it and stuff like that.
So really cool drinks, and most of them were tasty too.
Yeah, there were some really good drinks there. But the presentation, you'll see in some of our vlogs, like with smoke, and it was like science and magic. It was really cool. And the bartenders there were really great, personable. They knew your name. They were friendly. They were fun. They were joking around. It was just a really good experience.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful bar. Like it's like that sort of, fortune teller, New Orleans kind of fun vibe. I don't believe in fortune telling, but I enjoy the atmosphere of it and the fun of it, the fantasy of it, and it was really cool. And the drinks, you'll see them because I think we got almost every drink between the two of us.
There were a couple we didn't get
on the menu.
Yeah,
but it was a great experience. We released a short today. You may have seen it with the crystal ball being popped and unpopped. But anyway, good time there. And and then
next we have the Alchemy Bar.
Yes.
Which is actually where we spent most of our bar time.
That's because of this man,
Adam.
This is us at the Alchemy Bar.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. So this picture in particular was actually from the mixology class that we did. So the mixology class is kind of like your letter to Hogwarts. You have to spend a lot of time at the Alchemy Bar for them to give you the special invite to do the Alchemy class.
And Adam did that. I'm trying to get my hand on I can't do it.
What are you doing?
Not there. I'm trying to point to Adam behind the there. That just looks vulgar.
That's weird.
All right. So yeah, Adam spent enough time there that he got us all into Hogwarts.
So it was $15 per person, and the bartenders at the Alchemy Bar are the ones that do the mixology class, which is cool. And afterwards, this is not a touch screen. I'm going to stop trying to touch my computer. After the mixology class, they give you like what they call a prescription, which is worth like a free drink, and you choose the kinds of things that you like, and then they make a drink. Bring up the picture. That's what I was trying to do, Matt. And
$15.
So these are the drinks that were created for Matt and I based on what we like. This is Nicola.
One of the two.
Yes, the one in the background is also Nicola. One of the best bartenders I have ever.
All the bartenders at this bar. Pedro, Nicola, they were outstanding.
This guy.
But he was the one that probably we dealt with the most.
Yes, because of where we sat at the bar.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. And these drinks were delicious.
Yeah. Yes. Mine was spicy mango, whiskey, chocolate, mint. So just think about that for a second. It was amazing. It was so good.
Mine was
so good.
Saint Germain, cucumber, strawberry.
And he made you a few drinks that were like
he
just
did.
for you.
Yeah. So Saint Germain is one of my favorite alcohol drinks things, liquors, whatever. And I don't. It's a pricey bottle, so I don't ever buy it for myself. I also don't know how to make drinks with it, but I don't ever buy it. So they have a drink at the Alchemy Bar called 20 is the new 40, Is that right? 20 is the new 40.
20 is 40. Yes, 40 is the new 20, I think, is the way that works.
20 is the new 40.
You don't want to be 20 and like, oh, I'm 20 now. I'm 40. You want to be
Right.
40 and be like, no, I'm the new.
No, so 20 is the new 40.
40 is the new 20.
No, because you're saying that the new 20 is 40.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Whatever. There's the number 40 and the number 20, and one of them's new. Anyways, it's got Saint Germain in it. So I had that drink first, and I was like, can you make me something else with Saint Germain? And he just made this delicious drink, and it was wonderful.
Yeah. Really
Anyways,
good.
so the Alchemy Bar was by far our favorite place to spend time. A lot of it was the bartenders that did that for us.
Yeah, because it's more than just somebody making you a drink. Like, it was literally entertainment.
Yes.
And yeah, it was a really good experience. And we didn't drink as much as our friend Adam did, but we still had a great time. Just hanging out at the bar, just watching them make drinks was fun. So, and we had a few.
Yes.
So, okay, finally, our final thoughts on this cruise, mostly on the Mardi Gras, really. So, here's our concern. The shows and the pools were so crowded that I don't know what's going to happen when this ship is at 100% capacity. That is going to be a problem. The rest of the ship, no problem at all. It was sparse. But when they did any of the shows and when they did the pools, when the pools were open, they were full a lot. So that could be a little bit of an issue. We'll see how that plays out in the future. And then what's the next thing?
There was so much to eat and to drink and to do. We were constantly, what do we do now? What do we try now? What's next? There wasn't a lot of time to relax because we were too busy trying to do everything else, which is great. But this is, in my opinion, you need at least 2 weeks so that you can have that time to do it.
That's not really a knock on the ship at all.
No, it was wonderful.
Just saying, there's just so much to do on the ship and so much food to eat. Yes, and the staff, the crew, they were wonderful. Everybody, amazing. No bad experiences, all exemplary experiences, as you would expect on any cruise ship. But they did not let us down in that regard whatsoever. It was very good. The ship was clean. Everything was, it's a new ship, but it just, they kept everything clean. It just was sparkly, made you feel a little bit safer. It was good.
Yeah, the layout of this ship is phenomenal. I loved every piece of where things were located. It was easy to find things. It was great.
Yeah, I've heard people knock the layout, and I'm like, what are you living in? Because
the layout was perfect.
It felt like everything was where it was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. The only maybe weird thing was if you didn't know how to get to the main theater. But once you figure that out, it's fine. So it's not hard to get to.
There wasn't that much stuff in the main theater.
No, there really wasn't.
Because they utilized the center stage more.
Right. Yeah, and probably if we had gone to the main theater more, we wouldn't have even thought about that. But yeah. So that was pretty good. It was really quick getting off and on the ship at ports. And I don't know if this is because of the capacity, but it's still 4,000 people, or that's a lot of people. I don't know how many stayed on the ship or whatnot, but
there were never lines for it.
No lines getting off, no lines getting on and off. Very simple, very easy. That went very smoothly. So that was good. I will say this. It is my favorite cruise ship now. Definitely it beats out the Legend as my favorite cruise ship. However, with the caveat of what Kimbra said, I don't know if it's the ship I would cruise all the time. I'm glad I did it. I would do it again, but I wouldn't want every cruise to be on the Mardi Gras because I like not having so much to do, not having so much to eat. Yes, I could make choices, but no, I can't make choices because it's there. I can't not go to Big Chicken I can't, there's too much going on. I would definitely love to sail Mardi Gras again, but I also look forward to sailing smaller ships that are more low key. So but as far as ships go, actual ships go, it's my favorite ship. It's catapulted up to my favorite ship.
It is also my favorite ship.
That's it. Just
all the things he said. Yeah.
Overall, this was a fantastic cruise. It was wonderful. It felt like cruising. You know, even our Brilliance cruise that we did together was a little weird. It was low key in a bad way. We didn't feel very good during it. It wasn't COVID, but we didn't feel very good. It was still a fun cruise. We had a great time, but this was a cruise. And it was also 7 nights instead of just 5 nights. But it just had all the cruise components were in play and working and firing on all cylinders. Who cares about the mask? Who cares about getting tested? This was a cruise, and we really, really enjoyed it.
Yes. Sorry, I scrolled past that part. And then we also want to real quick just say thank you to Adam. So Adam is my team lead with Cruise Brothers or Fintastic Travel, our travel agency, advisory, whatever we do. Adam cruised with us, and without him actually telling us about the deal that we got,
we wouldn't have
gotten it.
Yeah.
So I want to thank Adam for cruising with us and for telling me about the deal that I wouldn't have seen.
And he was a lot of fun to cruise with.
Absolutely.
It was our first time meeting him in person, and we thought we'd like him because we already kind of knew him from virtual stuff. But yeah, he was an absolute blast. He's very sociable. We may seem like we are, but we're both shy when we're around real people, and so he helped to bridge that gap. We wouldn't have had as much fun at the Alchemy Bar.
Oh no.
If it wasn't for Adam. So yeah. Hats off to Adam. We really did enjoy cruising with you and hope to do it again. We also, I think this is a good time also to mention that we did get to meet some people who were on a different ship. The Cluets, Erin Cluet, and I don't remember her husband's name.
I think it's also Aaron.
Is it?
It's
with the A though.
Yeah, Aaron and A Aaron.
Yes,
I think.
And so
I'm sorry if I'm wrong.
We were going back to the ship, and they were coming off of their ship, and they were like, "What?" Well, she was like, "Oh," and we were like, "Oh, that's interesting." And she was like, "You don't know us," and we knew as soon as she said who she was, we knew who she was because she's very active in the community. And yeah, she was excited to meet us. We were excited to meet them, and it was great. It was really cool. If you ever see us somewhere on a cruise or whatnot, we would love to meet you, and we are probably as excited, maybe more excited about it than you are. So. So definitely come up and introduce yourselves because we really enjoy that aspect of this whole thing.
Yes.
So, but great ship. I mean, really, if you're thinking about, should I book the Mardi Gras? Book the Mardi Gras. It's wonderful. It is a wonderful, wonderful ship. And any of the little things you heard us nitpick about it were very minor. We have this much positive stuff and this much negative stuff, and the negative stuff wasn't even, it was like we had to think about stuff to come up that was even negative. So definitely cruise the Mardi Gras. Now, one last thing, we got our cruise haul. We're going to show you what we bought on this cruise,
which actually wasn't too bad.
No,
we did okay.
I never really bought liquor on a cruise before, but I guess.
So before you do that, I also want to thank Dave and Brandy.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So we need to thank some people.
Yes.
So we walked into our room and had prizes.
Yes.
So we had an awesome cake that was sent to us from Dave and Brandy. So thank you for that.
Yes. And if you're listening in, or if you're watching, they're in the chat right now, but go to Dave and Brandy's Excursions, and they're going to be on the Mardi Gras before too long. So they'll have vlogs as well. But yes, that was awesome. So appreciative of that. And then Mary Miller.
Yes.
Mary Miller, who is not in here now, but I bet she's going to listen in later.
Oh, probably.
Hey, MGM. And hey, there we got Ford Man here. Hey, Kenneth. She got us some ornaments.
Yes. So there's
the funnel.
I I almost said whale tail. It's not what it's called,
I
is
mean,
it?
it's sometimes it's called that.
There's a palm tree
Yeah.
and a cruise ship.
Yes.
Yes.
Which, let me just say, Adam got the ship model of the Mardi Gras. We don't collect them. The old models were neat, but this new model, I almost considered it. It's expensive. It was like $80.
Yeah, it was $80.
But it's, instead of like the old kind of ceramic, it's like metal. Oh man, it's super detailed. It is beautiful. But I'm like, if we start, then we'll never stop. But I know Dave and Brandy collect them. You guys are gonna love the ship model. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
It's
It's
cool.
got a stand. Oh man, it is
detailed.
really cool. It is really cool.
We also got these really cool shot glasses from Mary Miller.
Yes, which are
And
beautiful.
I cannot wait to take a shot with
Yes, and we have stuff to shoot
them. Yes.
because we got.
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you
Yes.
one more time real quick.
Okay.
Takara asked if we did the bolt, which we talked about earlier, so you must have been late. Yes. Here's a picture of us, not on the bolt itself, but yes, we did the bolt.
Yeah, the bolt was fun. It's a little expensive for the experience, but it was fun. Definitely do it at least once.
Now
So-
you can go.
Okay. So we went to, well, first of all, on the ship, I have never had, other than in maybe a mixed drink, Buffalo Trace. I can't find it around here. I got a bottle. It was like $27. That's what I was drinking with a little Coke Zero. Is good if you're a bourbon person. I'm a fan. But not only that, another bourbon, which I was familiar with, but this is a small batch of Woodford Reserve. It is the Carnival Mardi Gras exclusive Woodford Reserve. And it was a pretty good price. Was it 37?
35,
35, 37,
I don't know, something like that.
35, somewhere in there. But yeah, I'm like, should I get it? And then people were like, you got to get it.
I mean,
It's
it
good.
says Carnival Mardi
It's
Gras.
good bourbon and it's Carnival Mardi Gras. We got 2 bottles because this one is going to John Klaykowski, So I'm like asking on Facebook, is this a good deal on this bourbon? Should I buy this bourbon? Is this a good brand
Because
of
we
bourbon?
can't look it up.
Klaykowski sends me PayPal money, like no explanation. All of a sudden, I'm like getting text from PayPal saying that money's being deposited in my account. I'm like, what is going on? And it was John. He's like, please buy me a bottle. This one's going to him. I'm not going to open mine until he gets his, and then we're gonna try it together. I think that's the plan. So that's pretty cool. And then in Dominican Republic, we got these. They were $6 a piece, and it is Dominican rum and coconut water, right?
Yes.
Which she has discovered that she likes some coconut things.
Only some of them.
She's not a big fan of coconuts, but this was really good. And for $6, I'm like, how much is it? She's like $6, and Kimber's like, how many should we get? I'm like, let's just get 2. It's mixed, ready to drink, so it's not like a whole bottle of hard liquor. But and then, of course, Dominican Republic is famous for their Mama Juana, and I had it once before, and it tasted like horrible medicine. But I'm like, you know what? We should try it again. Do you have a small bottle? So we got this one, and it's spicy, Mama Juana spicy, and we did try it, and it is not the same as what I had before. This stuff is good.
Yes, it's very
really
good.
Yeah, so we got some Mama Juana as well. I did get the shirt in the Dominican Republic. It's a Piranha Joe shirt it's got octopuses on it, an anchor on it, and of course the little piranha guy on there. And I love this shirt. I saw it in San Juan, and I was at a store, and the lady was kind of rude, and I was like, okay, it's a little more than I normally pay for a shirt like this thing. It was like $45. $40, $48. Yeah, it's a little, but it's a good quality shirt. But then we saw it in Dominican, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get it here. So I did, and it's very comfortable. I'm very, very happy I got this shirt. All right, what else?
We've got more stuff. So one of my things is I always buy a keychain on the ship that I'm on. So I got the Mardi Gras keychain, and it's got like all the information as far as like passenger capacity, length, speed, beam, tonnage, all that good stuff. So I always get the keychain that has the information because that's what I do. I don't have one for the Paradise. So if anybody is going on the Carnival Paradise once it starts, let me know. We'll work something out, because I didn't start doing it until my third cruise, which was after the Paradise.
You saw the ship on a stick. We got that.
Oh yeah, the ship on a stick, which we've already showed, but
Carnival Mardi Gras ship on a
woohoo!
stick. Thank you, Adam.
Yes. And then you want to do this one first or those first?
Let's do this one first. So Dominican Republic.
Yes. So we were going through like the little area that's straw market,
Almost like a mini straw market in
Sort
Amber
of.
Cove.
and they're all like, come buy my stuff, come buy my stuff. And there was a stand with all these coconut shells that had lights in them. And we were stopped and we looked at them and stuff, and we were like, oh, this one's cute, this one's cute. And we liked a couple of them, and the guy was like, yeah, get this one. And then we were like, I really like it, but we're gonna keep walking. And he said, oh, how much? How about for this much then? And we said, okay. So we got this really cool coconut.
Well, tell them how it works.
Well, yeah. So you put a light in there. It's got all these little holes in it. I don't know how well you can see. This is a turtle, sea turtle, and then we've got a starfish on this side.
Let's see. Does that work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it lights up. So we thought that was really cool. We're gonna get some lights for it, and it's gonna go back there.
And it felt good. A lot of these places, they haven't had a source of income from cruise ships for a year and a half, and so it really feels good to do a little bit.
This guy in particular, it was really cool because he was like, yeah, we make them right here, turned around and pointed to like their little workstation and said, we can do custom, your name, whatever. And we're like, okay, this guy makes these things. This is cool. Let's help him out.
Right. So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Okay, next. You want to do this one next?
Sure.
Okay, so next we have.
Maybe we should roll the cruise creature thing here.
Oh, we're gonna do that first. Let's come back. We're gonna come back to this. Sorry, because if we're gonna roll the cruise creature, then we should show the other stuff first.
Okay.
So in Nassau, we went to.
Wait till you see this vlog.
Yes, this is.
Oh,
great.
our Nassau vlog. If you're like on Nassau, wait till you see our Nassau vlog, because we had some fun in Nassau.
Yes.
And let me just give you a spoiler. Junkanoo Beach is a snorkeling beach.
Yes. So we went to the Pirate Republic Brewery, and the guy there was wonderful.
Oh man, Marco.
And Polo.
No, his name is Marco.
The local Tracy Morgan.
Yes. Tracy Morgan stunt double.
Yes. So he gave us these cool stickers and magnets. So that's cool.
Kimbra found out that she likes a beer that's not a porter or stout.
I did.
She likes a wheat beer.
Okay. And then we've got. Oh, I have these just because these are our mixology certificates. This way. There we go. Yes. All right. Now.
All right, and we're back. All right. So we did that because the last of our souvenirs have to do with a cruise creature, which we've actually done before technically, but we thought we had to do it because of these cool souvenirs. So we're in San Juan, and the national frog, because they have a national frog, is the
Cookie.
Yeah. So we got a magnet with a Cokie on it, and it's a beautiful magnet.
It is a really cool
It's like,
magnet.
you go to some places and you see the same magnets with just a different word on it. This is like legit. Like you couldn't get this magnet in like Grand Turk or something.
Look at that. I just saw that. There's a little information card on the back of it about cookies.
Because we didn't do a lot of research on this cruise creature. Cokie is the common name for several species of small tree frogs in the Eleutherodactylus genus that are endemic to Puerto Rico. They are wow, I didn't expect these kind of words. Onomatopoeically named for their very loud mating call. So I guess that means they're named after the sound they make. These frogs do not have webbed feet. Instead, they have finger-like toes and discs and pads on the ends to help them climb. Females lay eggs on leaves, and males guard the eggs until they hatch. Cokie frogs hatch as fully formed froglets, so they don't go through the tadpole stage in the water, with small tails that soon disappear it takes about 8 months for a koki to become fully grown.
So yeah, so we got this little keychain. And then we got this little plushie whose eye is actually backwards, which is weird, but and he's got it says Puerto Rico koki. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was exciting. Yes, Dave and Brandy, definitely go to the Pirate Republic Brewing Company. They actually didn't have anything on tap. They had their beers in cans, but it was still really good. But they're getting ready to get it in tap. We'll talk more about Nassau in another episode, but a lot of it's closed, but a lot of it's starting to open back up, and we saw that. So that's very good. Good for them, first and foremost, but also good for cruisers. So very, very cool. All right.
Any other cruise creature stuff you want? Or
No.
you good with what that one said?
I think I'm good with that one. What that said.
Okay, there's your koki.
If you want to know more about the koki, go back and listen to our episode on San Juan, Puerto Rico. No, go back and listen to the birthday episode for Kimbra,
yeah. Well, no, it was like spas and stuff. It was October 13th, 2019. I don't know what number the episode was, but I know when my birthday is.
2 hours, so.
Yeah. So that's the episode. Anything else you have?
Good.
On that note, it's time to head for the horizon.
Just about
27 days. And until next time, seize the day.
Have a fantastic week, everybody. And we're back.
We're back.
So for this one, we thought it'd be fun. If you're still here, thank you, by the way, for sticking through as much of this 2 hours of episode as you may or may not have done. For our little after the credits thing, we're going to tell you the trivia that we missed in both Harry Potter and Star Trek, and see if any of you out there can get these trivia questions right. However, my notes did not update here, so
They will.
They will.
Okay, so we'll start with the Harry Potter trivia.
Yes.
So the questions that I would say but I'm going to say the questions that I missed.
It was all
on
her.
Harry Potter trivia.
I would have got a few.
First one. How many chapters combined are in all 7 books? So I didn't have a clue on this one. I guessed a number.
You should have seen the stress on her face.
And that was the first question. And I'm like, oh no.
Oh, Tony Dials came up with an answer.
Okay. Anybody else have anything? No. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. The answer is 198. But Tony did say 199. There is an extra sort of ish chapter. I don't remember what it is because I read about it when I went back and researched because I missed it. There is sort of an extra ish chapter in one of the books. So 199 was not the correct answer on this trivia.
But if you would have said 199, they would have said wrong. You would have been like,
yeah, you could have argued it. So the answer was 198. This next question, I was extremely irritated that I missed because I know the answer. But so what vault number is the Sorcerer's Stone kept in at Gringotts?
Alfred, we did go to the piano bar for a little bit. We're not piano bar. We don't love the piano. I know a lot of people do. And Adam spent some time there, but and he really liked it. But so we did go there, and the guy that was there was very popular, and he was doing a good job. But we did not really hang out there. Oh, Ed Ed Roddy said 198.
Yeah, Tony said that they had that same question on their cruise, and the answer was 199.
Oh, look at that inconsistency.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I now know the answer though, so if I ever have it again, I'm good to go.
Oh, Tony's got the vault number.
Yep. So the vault number is 713. I missed it. I'm really annoyed with it.
She was stuck on the page number.
Well, yes. So I put 413 because I was stuck on the 492 that Snape says to turn the page to. So I was stuck on that 400. I had the 13, but I was so frustrated. If I would have gotten that right, we would have won. But it's fine. It's fine.
Because we got the Star Trek one.
We did, yes.
We missed 3 questions, and these are the questions, and there were a couple more I didn't know, but these are the questions that we got wrong. The first one I should have known, and that is, what state is Captain Kirk from? Now, Adam was confident he knew this, but I think he got mixed up because the person that was doing this from the state that he guessed, but he was close. So if anybody knows, what state is Captain Kirk from?
Someone on Facebook knows.
Oh, yes, they do. And that is the correct answer. It is Iowa. He guessed Indiana, and Kim was like, really? He's from Indiana? And the host was from Indiana, so there was a lot of Indiana talk.
Yeah.
But yes, I could not remember for the life. As soon as he said it, I'm like, oh yeah. But
yep, it's Iowa.
Wouldn't have got it. Iowa. Second question. And this is annoying because this is a Deep Space Nine question, which is my favorite Star Trek series. And we just started watching Deep Space Nine. And if we would have gotten a few more episodes in, they did say the answer to this question in one of the episodes we've already watched. But as soon as I heard it, I was like, yeah, but it's been years.
Janeway is from Indiana.
Janeway is from India. Oh,
maybe that's what he got confused.
Maybe. Here is the who is Facebook user?
I don't know. Whoever you are, Facebook user, all I can see is Facebook user. So you'll let me know who you are.
What did the Cardassians, not Kardashians, as our trivia reader said, what did the Cardassians call Deep Space Nine? And I was like, I should know this. And it's been so long since I've seen the show, I couldn't remember.
Mary. Oh, hi, Mary.
There you go. And yes, Mary, I don't know if you were on, but when we said thank you for the shot glasses and the ornaments, but thank you so much. Those shot glasses are they're
so cool.
The ornaments are cool too, but those shot glasses are really beautiful. So yeah, what did the Cardassians call Deep Space Nine? They had their own Cardassian word for it. It wasn't the Hilton. Get it? The Kardashians. And I think there's a connection there. I don't know. Okay. And while we're waiting for that, to see if anybody knows the answer to that question, the third question, and I knew this, but I couldn't remember the number. And again, if we had watched more Deep Space Nine, even though it did come up while we've been watching Next Generation, I would have remembered that number. It is, what is the name of the covert agency in Starfleet? And I could not remember the number, kind of like her with the number. And then as soon as they said it, I was like, dude, I knew that.
The other thing about the Harry Potter one with Gringotts is I was like 10 pages away from reading that page.
Yes.
Because I'm rereading the book. And I'm like, I should have just read it the night before and then I would have had
it. Yes. So I don't see any answers coming up.
I don't know, answers have come up.
Could be a delay there, or I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I did pretty good on the Star Trek ones. I don't remember the ones one of them that I didn't know that Adam did know was the name of Captain Archer's dog. And then the other one, there was another one that he knew that I didn't know.
Groundskeeper.
The groundskeeper at Starfleet Academy that Picard hung out with. I'm like, I don't know that guy's name. I've seen 3 episodes with him in it recently. I don't know his name. So should we give him the answers?
Yep, let's go ahead and give him the answers because they haven't popped up yet.
So Cardassians called Deep Space Nine Terok Nor. As soon as I heard that, I was like, ding! The name of the covert agency is Section 31. I think I was Section 13 or something like that. And Archer's dog is Porthos. Kind of didn't ask that one officially, but yeah.
Yeah.
Porthos. Yeah. But like I said, Adam tied with somebody else between all of us. He tied, and then he went up there and they had to do a shout out thing. And they had to name when Star Trek started on the count of 3 kind of a deal. And he missed it by like a number or 2, but he was closer than the other person who missed it by like 4 or 5 numbers or something. So he got the ship on a stick, and then he kindly just gave it to Kimbra.
I think he felt bad for me because I missed Harry Potter trivia, which I'm still annoyed about, but that's okay.
She was like, I had the answer sheet. She was like, just don't, I don't want to see that. Just take it away from me. So
yeah.
It's good. My iPad is about to die. It's at 1%.
That's fine because we are done.
We are done. We are done. Well, again, thank you guys. Oh, no, don't do that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been a long episode. I don't know if anybody was here for the whole thing. Probably my mom. But we do appreciate you guys listening in and giving us all the feedback and whatnot. And yeah, we've got a lot of exciting episodes coming up because we're going to spend more time talking about the different ports over the next few weeks. We'll hit those ports and things that we did and things that you could do, and they'll kind of hopefully go along with the vlogs. Hopefully the vlogs will start coming out.
Hopefully.
And then we'll be ready to get on another cruise. So yeah.
Yes. And I'm hungry now.
I'm starving.
Yeah. I just heard your belly growl.
Yes. Yes, I am hungry as well, which is good because I wasn't hungry most of the cruise because we were eating so much constantly.
Yes. Yes.
That it was like almost painful to put the food in, but I did it because, you know,
it was good.
I didn't have a choice. All right, well, let's wrap it up.
All right.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Or good afternoon. Good evening.
Good evening.